Welcome to another episode of Beyond Physical, where we talk about the mental, emotional, social, and at times spiritual benefits of exercise. We believe that exercise is more than movement, and this podcast is our attempt at sharing that message with the world by sharing our own as well as our guests' experiences and knowledge. If you enjoy it, we ask that you please spread the message by leaving a rating and review, or even better, by sharing with a friend. Deandre, welcome to Beyond Physical. Thank you for being here. Such a pleasure.
Always a pleasure. I was actually this morning thinking, I haven't been in front of a camera for ages, so it's lucky to be in front of it again.
Why has it been so long?
Seb, I think 2022, I finished my acting career and just went, okay, well, what's next, So, yeah, it's good to be in front of the camera again.
How was the transition?
So in South Africa, I feel like there's only so many things that you can do as an actor, and you sort of reach a ceiling. And I was at Simlon at the stage, and I don't know, sort of my passion for the industry died out. At that stage, I was in it for almost 10 years, and I had a lot of prayers. And I told my then girlfriend, now wife, I wanna start doing something else, something new. And by chance, one of my mates phones me up. They're like, listen, I have a friend. He has this very, very big business. You might be keen on joining. And I went, okay, cool. Let's go see the guy. This was on the Thursday. I started there on the Friday, that's how the journey went. And interesting career change. My mom actually the other day asked me if I don't miss it being in front of the camera. I told her, no. It sort of became an office job for me, just... You get your script and you look at it and you go, okay, cool, I'm ready for the scene now, let's go. I just think the passion died out. So I'm happy. I wouldn't say happy to be out of it, but it's good to have moved on,
At what point did you realize you were ready to kind of shift and move into a different day-to-day?
Seb, honestly, I think it sort of just happened, It was a thing of I felt like I wasn't mentally challenged anymore. And I think that's a very important thing, to continuously try and learn and grow and experience things and move into new things. And I just felt like I'm stagnating, So, yeah, I don't know. It sort of just happened, Sometimes things just happen and the universe has a way of pushing you into a direction. And I always say, I don't reject the notion of change.
Mm. And the big business that was a one-day turnaround to move into, was that Nutrigo?
No. So that was in a completely different industry. That was in the meat industry.
Okay.
So I was basically a butcher for 2.5 years. Good fun. Learned a lot. The owner of the company is a pretty, I want to say, strict businessman and so on. So I learned a lot from him for the business world. So very blessed to have been there.
Mm. And then tell me about how you got involved at Nutrigo. And for people who don't know, what is the business about?
Okay, so Nutrigo, we're a small family business. Basically, at Nutrigo, it's myself, my brother-in-law, and his cousin. Daniel's the brother-in-law, and Chad is the cousin. It's been always a thing. We always helped out wherever Nutrigo had something going on, and it's I want to say almost a collective love child, if that makes sense. We were sort of involved in it in one way or another, whether it's being at a rugby festival, just supporting the brand, or And last year it was in Feb. We got to a position where I went, okay, cool, let's go balls to the wall and just join the company and see what happens. And we've been blessed so far.
So when you say it's the three of you, in what dynamic is that? Because there must be more than three of you, unless you're an extremely efficient business.
We're very efficient.
Okay.
No. So our protein bars, we designed the protein bars along with a dietitian and nutritionist.
Okay.
And a chef. So she runs the production for us on that. Very, very, very lucky to have support us on that. But I want to say we're a well-oiled machine. So it's basically full-time. It's only the three of us.
Geez, that's cool. And what I really love about, as we were chatting beforehand, just entrepreneurship in general, is you get to and when picking different entrepreneurs' brains is like you get to really get under the hood of things that you otherwise probably wouldn't have.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people look at things like any sort of fast-moving consumer good on the shelf, like a bar of some kind or whatever, shake or something, and they don't actually realize what goes into that thing.
Yeah, it's mad.
Can you take me through the steps it takes to get the idea out of your head to Nutrigo bars at the front desk selling from Horizon or selling out of a discount?
Seb, obviously it always starts with a brain idea. You go, oh, this is going to be incredible, let's do it. And then the trial and error starts. In the journey with the protein bar specifically, we had so many, I want to say, hiccups in the first few months. But I mean, first of all, you have to look at the sourcing of the raw materials. Packaging, oh man, we discussed packaging beforehand. It's such a nightmare in South Africa to reach the MOQs that you need to reach. It's the design of it. And I mean, the design going back and forth. Seb, okay, no, I want to say this. I mean, I'm jumping all over the place, but the big hurdle that you have is you're waiting for other people, right? So you have this idea and you want to bring it to life, but you're very reliant on other people with other skills that you don't necessarily have, right? So I'm not a graphic designer. So with the protein bars, if we want the packaging rechanged or the design changed, it takes 3, 4, 5 weeks to get it. And you in the fast-moving consumer goods industry, you need to bring out stuff as quickly as possible. But there's a lot of moving pieces, right? So for us, it's not only having stock take of the protein bars, it's all the packaging. And packaging, I mean, it's your corrugate outer cases that you need to think of. It's your display boxes. It's the actual packaging of the protein bar itself. Then the palletization of that. Putting that aside, all the raw materials. Dude, that's an absolute nightmare to keep track of because, I mean, obviously you have wastage and this and that. Whey isolate, Rice Krispies, diddle daddles. I already said whey isolate, right?
Yeah, you just...
Yeah, whey isolate. But anyway, so there's so many moving pieces that you need to keep track of. And I'm very thankful that Daniel deals with that and not myself because, dude, I would lose my mind.
So what, in terms of like somebody starting something like that, is it... Or let's say you want to introduce a new product, and I know we'll touch on something a little bit later, but it's a protein bar for the specific use case. Right? Do you go to the chef person, they make something delicious, they go, this is what I've put in here, and then you go and get the ingredients? Or how does that process actually unfold? Then you go, okay, cool, now we need, instead of like a teaspoon, we need 50 kilograms of X.
It's almost sort of like that, and I think it's a very much a collaborative effort to bring something that's good to market, So we discuss flavor profiles and stuff that we like, and that's the nice thing of what we're doing. We're creating products that we like, that we want to enjoy, So I mean, with a caramel biscuit crunch protein bar, it's sort of a trend, and we sort of went, okay, but how do we incorporate this into a protein bar? How can we make this something that's enjoyable? And trial and error. No, we don't like this. Let's change the chocolate. Let's change the base from only Rice Krispies to having the I want to say the cookie crumble in there as well. How can we incorporate the spread into the protein? And it's a back and forth and trial and error and go, no, this is not good enough. Next one, not good enough. Next one. So it's nice. We eat a lot of protein bars and we go, no, this is not good enough. A lot of times until we find something that's good enough.
And in terms of the three of you guys running the thing, how are the responsibilities shared?
So I'm predominantly consumer facing, so most of the sales, most of the marketing stuff is in my hands. Daniel is 100% ops, and I think it's such an unforgiving position to have because if you don't complain or tell Daniel to do something, you sort of forget about him, but it's because he's so efficient behind the scenes. And then Chad, I mean, he's the founder. I want to say there's the Afrikaans word, 'n rigter.
Okay.
he goes, okay, maybe we should go into this direction or that direction. Let's try this. Let's try that. And when it comes to the NPD stuff, the new product development stuff, he's pretty much the spearhead to that. Yeah.
So he's kind of the visionary mind around product direction.
I want to say we usually tell him, Chad, you're a dreamer, and we make the stuff happen. You know, so he dreams, and sometimes it's pretty far out there, and then we just have to make it happen. And I think it's a very, very nice dynamic to have. Yeah.
Speaking of dreams, it's obviously quite a lofty but impactful mission to try and help people with food security. That's kind of what the foundation of Nutrigo is, right?
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of people don't know. If I had never been told the origin story of Nutrigo, I wouldn't have known that it was something other than
the protein
bars and like fitness related supplements. Can you talk me through that story? Like how did that all begin, and how does that fit in now?
Seb, I think it remains the heartbeat of the company, and I think for any company it's very important to have that culture or a heartbeat. So when Chad founded Nutrigo, it was with the dream to have a nutritionally secure South Africa. And I think, Seb, why we don't necessarily talk about it that much is I almost feel like it can become a marketing gimmick, like a 2 Rand for hope type thing. It's not something that we have to walk around with. It's our mission that we want to achieve, right? Anyway, he designed a dual pouch meal system that we distribute to less fortunate communities into the social space. And it's lucky to say that we've done just over 4 million meals to date.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And what we do basically is a portion of our revenue goes back into that, I want to say, mission that we have. Yeah.
And when you say a portion of your revenue, is that specifically from the pouches or from the whole business?
From the whole business.
Okay.
From the whole business, yeah.
And the pouch part of the business, does that drive any growth, or is it purely mission driven?
Look,
it's really like breaking even and keeping the lights on for itself.
I think that's where we're at with that.
Okay.
It's not a
it's not a for-profit part of the business.
Yeah. Look, we are a for-profit company. I mean, you have to be if you want to make it somewhere. But it's a big portion of the mission. So we don't make much there. We don't make it. It covers the costs,
And why did you guys decide to go in the direction away from that at all to begin with? Just because you wanted to be more sustainable and you needed profit for that?
Yeah, I think so. I think it became a thing of, and I'm sure I don't know if you know what it feels like, but to go to individuals and companies and go, hey guys, please can you give us X amount of money because we want to do this? It's not always easy, right, in the first place. And the other place is you get a lot of rejection because your cause is not good enough. You get what I'm saying? So we decided, let's start moving into the retail space so that we can have something to drive that as well.
So beforehand, the pouches were being funded by donors, right? And then,
Donors, yeah.
and then you guys were taking that and essentially turning it into pouches and distributing it to low-income areas.
Yeah, where there's need, yeah.
And 4 million pouches is a lot.
It's a lot, Seb.
Is that quite concentrated, or is it spread over a number? Where have you seen the most impact in terms of getting food to people?
I think it's a very spread out thing. Our I want to say our NGO partner, our non-profit partner is Rise Against Hunger, our biggest one, and they sort of go, okay, this is where we have the need, this is where we need it now. But it was quite interesting because we had this entire study done at a less fortunate school for kids with special needs, right? A lot of them were obese, a lot of them were underweight. And it was so interesting to see with the pouches how the ones that's overweight lost weight and the ones that's underweight gained weight, and how they could actually focus in classrooms. It's a big thing is students not having food and not being able to focus. But I think predominantly our focus was in Gauteng for the moment. That's where we all were based at that stage. I'm down in Cape Town now. Daniel's moving down very soon. And then we'll start looking at opportunities here to sort of try and uplift communities where we can.
And why do you guys distribute to Discount, is there some profit there that you kind of pour back into the pouches?
Yeah, to
Like a
an
small
extent.
margin?
Yeah, to an extent, yeah. Look, I don't think the discount space is a space where it's a product that moves quickly. But yeah, I think it's a...
What are the terms there? Is it like, if you can disclose?
With discount,
like in
trading terms.
Yeah, like how long does it take for you to get, like, do they only pay you when they sell? Do they pay you in 30 days,
no, I
60
mean,
days, 90 days?
there's trading terms. I can't go into too much detail about it. But yeah, it's we carry the cost for a while, and then after a certain amount of time, they pay us for what they bought. You know.
How do you guys usually work that out? Because I know you've been pretty flexible with us. Because I typically try and protect the risk of the front of house, albeit a pretty small operation. In general, it's not the biggest part of Horizon at all. I'm always pushing for better payment terms because I'm like, you know, your product is fine because it moves very well.
Yeah.
And we've proven that over time. You guys have proven over time, like, it moves.
Yeah.
But like always from the outset, I'm like, okay, how do we get terms that, like, I'm not left like with a bunch of stock and it's dead, you know, and it's not moving.
Seb, it's a difficult thing because essentially you funding the growth of a different company, you know.
Yes.
And I mean, it's a small business, so it sometimes has a big impact on cash flow. That's something that we have to manage very, very, very well. But I think especially when it comes to bigger retailers where the trading terms are quite long, you know, you just have to get through that first cycle. And as soon as you are through that first cycle, you sort of, you know, it builds on each other. And then it becomes a bit more, I want to say, sustainable. But for small brands going into retailers, it's sometimes a difficult one now. Yeah.
And how many kind of boutique setups are you guys in with the bars like you are with us?
Say top of my mind a lot. So there's Discount's okay, obviously that's not a boutique setup now. It's about 120 at this stage, which is quite a number. Boutique setups, independents that I service directly is about 160, 170.
Sheepers, that's
a lot.
Where are the bulk of them?
Cape Town.
Wow.
Cape Town, yeah. But the
CrossFit gyms
and coffee shops and this and that. Beauty spas, crazy enough, you know. I mean, I think we found quite an incredible niche with soccer moms.
Interesting.
You know, so beauty parlors and so on stock them as well. But it's quite a number. Obviously, here it moves tremendously quickly, you know.
But how do you service that many stores when you are like spearheading that? Do you have any reps that work with you?
Yeah,
Or is it literally you? That is wild.
Yeah, market plan. No, I mean, obviously we try and deliver a lot of the stock ourselves. I mean, you see me here delivering stock quite often. But some clients I have to ship to, you know. Then courier guy's my best friend. Yeah, load up the stock, book the weighbill, and send it through. That's how we try and manage it. And Daniel, I mean, Daniel is in Gauteng, so all of the independents we have there, he goes and delivers there, you know. So, yeah, we try and manage it.
But again, with the terms, kind of like I shared earlier, you have been pretty flexible.
Yeah.
And within reason. I mean, it's not like a crazy payback period.
Yeah.
By any means. But what's your kind of playbook? How do you determine whether, let's say I come to you, I'm like, Deandre, I really want a 90-day period. You know, how do we work?
I mean,
do you have like a set thing, or because I didn't actually negotiate it with you, and Sika did.
Yeah.
I asked him. I said, "Can we work something
with
out?"
you guys, I mean, obviously you were one of the first guys who gave us a gap in Cape Town. You know, so I went.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean, it was also by chance. I'm an opportunist, so I just walked in. I'm like, "Hey guys, I have protein bars. You want to try it?" So you guys were the first. Well, one of the first who gave me a gap. You know, so when Sika asked me, I just went, "Sure." Sure. I mean, at that stage, you already had quite a good payment record with us. You know, you never miss any payments. You always pay it on time, whatever. So I went, I have no issue, and obviously I trust you.
You know where I work.
I know where you work. But you know, when it comes to, like, let's say a spa, I have my credit app that I send out. They fill out the credit app with trade references and all of that, and I literally sit and I phone up their trade references. I'm like, hey, you know, these guys, we want to do business with them. How's their payments? And then from there we go, okay, look, we prefer shorter payment terms, right?
Of course, you need to manage your cash flow.
Yeah. Everybody needs to manage the cash flow. So we rarely go over 30 days, if I'm completely honest. But yeah, here and there we can make exceptions for, depending on volume, obviously, as well. You know, if you're a company and you can tell me you'll move 100,000 bars, I go, okay, well, let's discuss payment terms, because
But again, then you're taking on a big risk
100%.
because you're extending the terms, albeit big upside. You know, if you do close that deal based on a bit of wiggle room, now what if they're like,
faith.
you know, and then, yeah, so
You know, look, I mean, I have a lot of faith in our products. Whenever anybody asks me what's your shelf life, I go, okay, it's a year, but you don't have to worry about that because I know the product moves. But it is, you know, I mean, upside of it is you move a lot of stock. Downside is you the bank now, you know.
it's such an interesting thing because it's a key element of the supplier's business, as in your business, as well as the retailer. And you guys are moving in different directions in that micro instance. Everybody's best interest is for the product to sell, ultimately. But at that one kind of point, it's like very zero sum. If I take longer to pay, it's worse for you.
Yeah.
If you want me to pay sooner, it's worse for me.
Yeah.
So it's like quite at loggerheads.
How do we find the
Yeah, which is so interesting because I mean I've also interacted with some like FMCG guy, well, one in particular, who is like so hardcore, no terms ever. And I don't understand how they've grown their business, but they've grown it properly. And I'm like, I understand in theory because I've studied that actually about, cash conversion cycles and stuff. I know why that's good for their business, but I don't understand how they got such growth with such rigid policy around that. And they're small. It's not like they can't sort of wiggle room a little bit, like they have all this corporate bureaucracy. But even like big retailers like Wellness or whatever, they're like, no, there's no terms. You pay cash up front or we don't give you.
And you know what's crazy? I mean, if you go to the whichever store, if you take the product, you get paid. Well, if I take the product from you, you get paid immediately, and I have to wait another. But dude, I mean, for us, it's a thing of, especially because we're still as a very young company, right? And we want the product in front of people, and I think that's very important for people to start seeing the product. We just went, okay, no, for certain instances, we don't mind giving the trading terms, and we'll figure it out. Look, I mean, a lot of our suppliers, we have to pay up front, and I mean, if you have to produce, I don't know, let's say 100,000 protein bars, it's a pretty big financial investment that you're making, hoping for it to turn around, but then, I mean, 4 months turnaround, argument's sake, from producing it to actually getting the money for it. So, but it's part of it. It's part of it, and I think, as I said, if you get through the cycle, it's lacquer.
And obviously, again, to bring in the pouches, that's a kind of different model in terms of the why, I suppose, and the sort of like spiritual fulfillment ROI is super clear. You're helping people. I think when it comes to the bars, just projecting what I think about it is, what might feel like a big win for you guys is like seeing a retailer like moving your product really well and seeing people like receiving the product really well.
Yeah.
What are some instances where you've been totally blown away by how well the thing has moved? Kind of maybe where you went into and you're like, I'm not 100% sure about this
location
location or whatever, and then they're just like ordering.
My first instance where I had this big thing was with a dietitian.
Okay.
I didn't think a dietitian can move so much stock, but obviously because it's a product that's been developed with dietitians, it's a good product. So, and then I mean, I think it took some time to have proper movement in the big retailers. We had possibly our biggest volume-wise month in Dis-Chem last month. And
congrats!
Thank you.
That's so cool,
dude. It was, it's. I want to say figures aside.
Sure.
Right. What blows me away, I'm currently at the Cape Town Marathon with my small sample stand, sampling the bars, and just to see how people respond to it, going, oh wow, this is the best protein bar I've ever had, or people going, oh man, this is better than a chocolate. That sets me, I go, this is incredible. And working there with other people from different brands who also go, dude, this is something that's, I eat it on my daily. And I think it makes it way more worthwhile than obviously seeing the figures and going, this is a great movement is incredible. I mean, when we first listed, I went, okay, it's a smaller gym, boutique gym. I don't know how much stock you guys will be able to move, because at that stage, I can't remember. I think you said you capped at 150 or something members. Holy moly. After the first 2 weeks, I was like, I can't. Honestly, you guys are moving more than all the disc gyms in the area, But it's, a collective thing. And every month, just chasing small wins. Daniel and myself, we have this thing, bickies, incremental growth. And it's lucky to see it,
Yeah, the small wins.
Yeah, the small wins. And you have to celebrate it, because otherwise you can get so hung up on the setbacks, right? Packaging issues or stock issues. Each of our bars are handmade, and it takes some time to actually have the stock. And then all of a sudden, there's a massive order coming in, and you wiped out. And then I have to phone you up or Tika and go, listen, guys, I know you ordered, but it's going to take 7 days before it's here, And that makes me furious, because I want to give good service. But it's small wins that we need to celebrate, not the setbacks.
And handmade, is that because of the ingredients?
Yeah.
Why is it?
Seb,
like
if you look at most protein bars, it's an extrusion type thing. It goes through a massive machine. Big sheets are printed, and that's cut into smaller pieces, and every bar is perfectly sized and perfectly weighted and all of that. But because we have the layers, it's just something that you can't achieve with a machine. So, we have to build up the protein bar by hand to get to the product that we do have.
Jeez. It's, that's...
It's time consuming, I can tell you that.
Time consuming.
Yeah.
Which kind of, it must have been quite tricky to find a manufacturer to do that.
Yeah, so I think the partner that we partnered up with, and, we worked with her to set up the entire thing, to ready her for it. And, she's always been a star, helping us out when there's a crunch. And, the entire team, what makes it nice is she's as invested in it as we are, Yeah.
Wow. And in terms of the other products that you guys have got, what inspired that, and what was the timing of that? Was that pre or post bar?
Okay, so we have, obviously the meals were the atom of our product. Then we launched the hydration, energy, and immunity boost shots as well. I think at that stage, Seb, we were slightly ahead of the curve on the hydration thing, because everybody's doing hydration now, get in your salts, all of this. And I think at that stage also we didn't necessarily have the education behind it. Also, it's a dual pouch meal system, or dual pouch delivery system. Nobody does that packaging. So we had a lot of, I want to say, hurdles to overcome when we launched that. But from I want to say, brand equity point of view, the protein bar is definitely something that's, journeyed us ahead. And from the protein bars, we started going, okay, we want to sort of rethink how people take protein, enjoy protein, because it's something, you enjoy a nice T-bone every now and then, and I can't go without my red meat a week. But how people consume protein, I think, has always been a thing of, I just need to get in my protein. I need to hit my protein goal, and that's regardless of how, if you spend $50 on a protein bar, you're going to finish that protein bar because it's $50. But we started thinking, okay, but let's make it an enjoyable thing, not something that you do in a rush or just to hit a macros goal. And that's how we ended up with what we're doing now.
And you said when we were chatting, I think it was last week when we scheduled this chat, you mentioned other protein or other supplement companies mainly being actually marketing agencies. They're not necessarily product developers. Can you speak to that a little bit?
You don't
have to mention
No.
So.
I won't. The thing is, if you look on the, and honestly, we've got great brands out there, but it's standard, I want to say, recipes. There's not, let's add this, let's change this, let's up this because X, Y, and Z. And that's what we aimed with. We're very much involved in every step of the process, and yeah, I think, yeah, maybe I don't want to step on too many toes, Seb.
And that obviously is something that you've picked up on. Have you guys noticed any specific gaps in the market around that? As in people not paying enough attention to product in the supplement space? And if you have you been brewing up anything interesting?
Seb, so we, thanks for the question. We've been working on something for, I want to say, almost a year now. We really think that it's something that turns your protein intake into a ritual, right? Something that's enjoyable, something that changes the entire experience. And what we're working on is something that's, first to market. So basically we have 4 clinically tested ingredients in there that, changes the entire thing from gut health to how your body digests it. Overall, it's an incredible product. So in there we have Tolerase L. That's an enzyme that breaks down everybody knows Tolerase L. It breaks down your lactose molecules. And then we have a lactospore, which is a probiotic. We have Orafti inulin, which is a prebiotic. And then we have digozyme. I think that's how you say it. Digozyme. And all of this just works in such a great way in breaking down breaking down your protein source and how you uptake it. So we developed something, and I think, Seb, we can try it on screen. I'm really, really keen for you to try it. But we're launching a first-to-market whey protein, and I really think it's the most gourmet, thickest, juiciest protein shake out there. Yeah.
We can do a live taste test if you're ready. I don't know if you have a shaker.
Can we? Seb, so I saw on the American podcasts, there's always gifts being brought to the host, right? So I brought you a little something.
Is that what the box is?
Yeah, that's the box. Yeah, you can bring the box. Yeah, I can grab the box.
You get a box. Yeah. You get a box.
Yeah, look under your chair. You get a box. And this.
If you are listening at home, look under whatever you're sitting on. You get a box. Oh damn! I get a T-shirt. This is crazy. And there's a shaker in here. Shout out.
Shout out, shaker.
Where's your box, Mark?
Okay, Seb, so there is a shaker in there. So
proper.
We believe, I just want to put this out there, guys. I think Seb would be the first person outside of Nutrigo who's tried this.
This is a nice shaker. Marcos Alonso.
So it's, Seb, I want to...
How much milk is this?
Weigh all my food.
Well, Seb, if you weigh it, we need about 150 mils. Why is this thing so difficult to open? Jeez, can we cut that out?
No, we like the organic.
The organic. You haven't.
It's actually there's a child lock on it.
There is a child lock on it. Knife or something. Oh, never mind. Got it. They sealed it pretty good.
I've done 100. I'm just gonna go all in there. This is the first live.
Some ASMR.
Oh, I should have done it in here. I'll pour it back. That's
some Seb.
Man, this is not working. This has to be the teaser. People are gonna be like, "What's Seb pouring?"
What's he pouring?
Ooh, yeah.
I really need to do now.
Okay, Seb. So we're having here the peanut butter creme. Basically, we have what we call the superior protein blend in there. And the superior protein blend is basically a blend between your isolate, hydrolysate, and concentrate.
3 scoops.
Yeah, 3 lacquer scoops.
This shaker is flipping nice.
It's a good shaker, huh? It's a good shaker. Give it a good shake. So, Seb, for the ultimate gourmet experience, which we're going for, you need to have it with some very, very sus movements there, Seb. We say try milk or milk alternative, because obviously everything tastes better like that.
Oh, that's cool.
But yeah,
I feel like this is like an espresso show. That's flipping delicious.
Right?
That's really good. It tastes like actual peanut butter.
Well, we have actual peanut butter in there, you know.
Yo,
It's good.
that's proper.
It's really good.
Are you going to do a vanilla? Have you announced the flavors yet?
Well, I haven't announced the flavors yet, but I can share with you. We have the peanut butter creme, vanilla gelato, French vanilla gelato. It's really good. Then a honeycomb crunch and a salted toffee caramel. Salted caramel toffee. That's the one.
This is proper good. I don't generally have protein powders, as I told you, mainly because I don't really like. I prefer getting the stuff from Whole Foods. And I can, thankfully. But this is unbelievable.
It's great, right?
I'd love a vanilla one because I do a lot of like smoothies and stuff.
Yeah.
Chocolate, peanut butter, I find too overpowering in my smoothie.
In the smoothie, yeah.
Vanilla's nice and neutral, so you can kind of, you still get like your berry, banana notes.
Yeah.
But this is like super good. What are the... Check the...
So macros, you're looking at around 20 grams of protein per serving.
And 136 calories, no?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you can do a 4-scoop serving. That's smart that you have that. And that's 182. Really, really yummy.
Yeah, and
super nice.
yeah, Seb, so the superior protein blend, I mean, it's different absorption rates of the protein, right? So hydrolysate is basically broken down protein peptides. So your body absorbs that lightning quick. Then you're dealing with isolate, which has a bit longer absorption rate. And then the concentrate is between 60 and 90 minutes for your body to absorb. So you feel satiated. And also, I mean, everybody speaks of that anabolic window just after you trained. With the hydrolysate, you hit that anabolic window quite quickly.
Really, really yummy. Really, really good. Jeez, well done, bro.
Thanks, dude.
That's
Appreciate
so exciting. To be honest, like so before I left my corporate job,
Yeah.
I had like, so whilst I was doing my corporate job, actually I was researching a number of things. I was looking for gym spaces.
Yeah.
I was applying for my American visa, which thankfully I have. And I was emailing suppliers for supplement companies.
Yeah.
Because my 3 options were when I quit to start a supplement company,
Yeah.
to start a gym, or to go to America and look at gyms and then open a gym.
Yeah.
Turned out I found a location, opened a gym. That was like the route that I took. But I keep going back into like the thing of wanting to look at stocking some of our own stuff at some point. And I love hearing these stories of all the effort that goes into it and, you know, what you guys are doing, because it's super inspiring. And also it's when you taste something good or you use something good, I like that because it raises the bar, you know, where you're like, okay, this is the standard that one can achieve if you really apply yourself.
100%.
But yeah, the last time I tried to get us to start supplements, the team were like, yo, we're a bit stretched for that. But yeah, I think it's really, really good. Do you know what is the launch date?
Hopefully the 25th of this month. So I think this episode might go live on Thursday next week, maybe. You said a week turnaround, maybe? I'm not sure.
Generally it is about a week, but it depends. It depends.
We're looking to the man behind the camera.
It depends on TCC's workload, but yeah, I mean, I think it'll be well timed. There was another thing that I wanted to ask you about, the protein powder, which has now left me. But what about the flavor? So you said you're going to do...
We're doing the French vanilla gelato. Obviously, everybody loves a vanilla protein. Then the peanut butter creme. I brought this one for you to try because this is my favorite, you know. Then the salted caramel toffee and a honeycomb crunch. So
how come you've chosen to go with 4 flavors off the bat and not, for instance, 1?
I think the variety, you know, there needs to be something for everybody, and it closes the barrier of entry. You know, we were discussing the barrier of entry. We're also doing the single-serve pouches because people, especially when it comes, with protein bars, there's no real brand loyalty, right? People jump around and try new things, but when it comes to whey protein, people become brand loyal because I have this one, it doesn't upset my stomach, I'm happy with it, and I use it. And we want to sort of bridge that barrier of, let's try Nutrigo Superior One or Superior One by Nutrigo way, you know. So we brought out a flavor, one of each that everybody likes. Also within the company, it's the flavor profiles that we wanted to see, you know. Initially, we had, I think it was 12 different flavor variants that we looked at. And we narrowed it down to this, and this is what we're happy with, you know.
If the others are anything if this is anything to go by, I'm sure the others are absolutely delicious.
No, they're great. They're great. I'm pretty sure we can off-screen try one of each, you know,
Okay.
and then rate them. But I think they're pretty good, and yeah, I'm happy with it.
And so now you guys have got the 3 powders, the pouches, the bars, and this. Are you, in terms of like the focus going forward,
Yeah.
I'm sure it's mainly on the protein powders, right? Or how?
Seb, we don't want to become complacent as a company. We'll continuously look for where there's a shortage in. You know what I'm saying? If we feel like, okay, in this area it's not done, I wouldn't say poor. If it's done poor, it's not done poorly, but it can be better. We'll look at it and we'll investigate, you know. Obviously, the protein bars, we love doing that. And it's an interesting journey for us to go from the protein bars to the whey. And so you'll see it's pretty much branded Superior One. And that's what we're going for. So it's Superior One by Nutrigo. So Superior One will become our, I want to say, performance range. And then Nutrigo will become our food, functional food side of the business. And that's how we sort of think of structuring it.
And you're going to keep the bars as Nutrigo?
100%. 100%. There's power to the name, you know.
Yeah, it's starting to get, like, as you in so many stores, it's got a proper awareness amongst people.
It's getting there slowly but surely.
You don't want to sort of throw that, you know.
No, not Seb. I did the Cape Cobra marathon. I was there, and also taste sampling, and it was so, I want to say, refreshing for most of the people going, I don't need to taste it. I already know what it tastes like, you know. So it's good to see the name getting out there, especially for a small business. And I mean, it's partners like you guys that make it worthwhile, and everybody supporting us and supporting the dream. I think it's a growing segment. So overall health and well-being is booming internationally, and I'm very much pro category. You know, if we can bring 2 or 3 or 4 new people to the category, I'm happy.
Well, it's been so good to get a little bit more perspective on what you guys do and the journey up until now and what's coming soon. I'm sure it won't be our last chat. I'd love to record another one. But yeah, thank you so much. If people want to find Nutrigo, where's the best place to go?
Well, obviously Horizon Gym. The protein powder you'll definitely find online for the moment. We're not too sure about retail listings as of yet. But yeah, the protein bars you can find at most major disc games in Spars, also now available at Vida. And then, I think that covers it. And then independence, you know, I mean, for me, it's very important for people, the communities, to support the small local businesses.
And if someone has a bit of feedback and they want to reach out to you directly, are you available at any kind of, like, where could someone maybe grab you?
Myself?
Yeah.
You can go head over to my Instagram. It's Deandre Reiners. You should find me if you can spell it correctly. But Nutrigo, I mean, if you type in Nutrigo on Instagram, will pop up. I see every message coming in, so I try and respond to everything. But there's a big influx. Yeah.
You run the Instagram?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That is work.
But it's good. It's good fun.
Yo.
Seb, sorry, I want to take over your podcast. Last
Go
thing.
for it.
You don't have to put this in, guys. But Cape Town Marathon, how are you feeling for it? Good? I mean, obviously you're pacing.
I'm very excited for it because this is now the second one. I'm not going in with a specific time goal. Of course, I'm pacing my girlfriend Claire, so that is kind of a time goal. But I don't feel it's not that I feel pressure, but I'm not going into it in race mode.
Yeah.
And I'm very I don't know if maybe obsessive, but I lock in very hard.
Yeah.
So it's a very different, the way I'm interacting with this run is very different.
Yeah.
So, and it's quite light, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and it's a cool, vibrant time in Cape Town.
Yeah.
So Overall, I'm feeling positive. I've started carb loading today, 3 days out. I'm busy practicing my nutrition protocols because I am in prep for something, but it's not Cape Town Marathon. I'm doing a 100-miler in 5 weeks.
That's insane.
So yeah, it is pretty stupid, bro. It's like insane, but that's my weekend fun. So yeah, prepping a carb load for this weekend. Going to see what that's like. I've been dropping weight for the last like 12 weeks.
What are you weighing now?
90. I'm like hovering around 95, just under 95.
Can I swear?
Yeah, go for it.
Fuck me, that's a lot of weight to carry for 100 miles.
It's a lot. I've been that's why I've been so diligent in trying to drop weight.
Yeah.
But doing it slowly, because also when you're prepping for something like this, as I'm sure you know, you speak to dietitians, if you undernourish yourself, you become very susceptible to getting hurt. So it's a really fine line around, I want to drop weight, but I also want to fuel sufficiently so that I can execute on my workouts.
Yeah.
So yeah, long story short, feeling very good for Cape Town Marathon. Really using these next few days in the lead up. You guys listening are going to hear this after Cape Town Marathon, but it's a Thursday, 3 days out from the actual Cape Town Marathon. Prepping a carb load, seeing what carbs my body is okay with.
Yeah, that's the other thing. These goos can upset a stomach so quickly.
But also looking at like what is an efficient way for me to administer carbs in the days leading up. Because I did a little carb load last week, totally messed my stomach up. I chose the wrong things. I did like, I wasn't so prepped for the day, so I was grabbing like these mini burgers from Woolworths. I had packets of sweets. I was just like, I need 700 grams of carbs and I need like 4,500 calories, 5,000 calories. So that I'm just going to eat whatever.
That's insane.
And it didn't work. So now I am firstly extending my time frame to like a full 3-day carb load. And I'm trying to be a little bit more regular in what I consume, because I typically eat like what you were seeing before.
Like
it's
rice
like
and
chicken and rice, and I enjoy it. And it's also just the gut is used to it.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to stay more in line with what I usually have, but just volume going up. So I'm excited. I'm really pumped to support Claire. She's put in a big shift. She's prepped hard.
It's insane.
Yeah. Are you doing Cape Town Marathon?
No. So we're at the expo. And obviously, guys like you, we try and support where we can. But it's fun to see, you know. Maybe next year I'll jump in. One of my good mates, he's running it as well, and every now and then I go for a run with him. So maybe next year we'll prep for 2 Oceans and then Cape Town Marathon together. But it's just so. I mean, you know, obviously for me this morning, waking up, going to training, I'm like, I don't have motivation to train today, and that's a big thing. Just finding the balance between motivation and just getting it done. And I think, I mean, obviously, you can struggle with it sometimes as well, because you wake up at 3:30 in the morning to go for your 100-mile run. So we are at the expo, and it's good fun. I think everybody's going to love it, and the weather looks great for the weekend.
Yeah, that's a big factor. As long as the wind can stay under control, I think everyone will have a good time and hit their targets if they've got targets. But that's largely out of our control, so you just got to enjoy it and go with it. Yeah. But shot. And we'll see you around soon. And shout out Superior One, shout out Nutrigo. Thank you for listening. This is Beyond Physical. Thank you, Deandre.
Thank you, Save. It was a pleasure. Always a pleasure, dude.
And we will catch you in the next episode.
See you next time. Cheers.
Thank you so much for listening to the show, guys. We love answering specific questions. So if there's anything you want to know, leave a comment or reach out to us. HorizonZA on Instagram, or email us at movement@horizongym.com. Until next time, I'm your host, Seb Prentice, and this is Beyond Physical.